IMHO 101 Jams. You have Charles Razor. And for this business segment, we have none other than our brother doing big things with mentoring through culinary arts. This business spotlight is with Chef Antwon Brinson, Culinary Concepts AB. Brother Brinson, how are you doing today, man?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me.
Good stuff, man. So Culinary AB, y'all are doing big things, doing even more since we last met you. But for those who this may be their first time, though, hearing your name, I'm sure once you give a little description, it's going to ring a bell. So go ahead and give the folks the backdrop of your business model.
Yeah, so pretty much the goal with this program is to take people that are passionate about cooking and give them the skills they need to be successful in cooking, and the ultimate goal with it is really to help people to go from having the mentality of I have a job to I have a career in culinary arts. And at the end of the program, we connect all of the students with job opportunities in the community.
Awesome, nice. And so I know one of the things that you all have been doing, and that's it's a blessing. Is it looks like that you're taking folks in the community who have say jobs in a restaurant business or in the culinary field per se, or some may be looking to get in there, but you're like getting them like sort of over their hump. Like kind of walk us through that experience, like the kind of folks that are applying and the kind of folks that you're looking for in that sort of process.
Absolutely. I mean, like I always tell people, I'm like, this isn't a culinary training program. This is a life skills program. And one thing that I realized just being a chef for 15 years is that, anybody can teach you how to cook, but to give you the navigational skills to be able to be successful with a career in culinary arts is a different ball game. So that's exactly what this program does. It gives you the tools and teaches you how to use those tools so you have a sustainable career path and be able to move up. Like a lot of people when they get into the industry and they kind of take this parallel journey where they're just like not moving up, they're not going, they're just going in a straight line. This program is designed to help you dig deep within yourself and find those tools and sharpen yourself so you can see those opportunities and take advantage of those opportunities as you go on your path.
That's awesome.
I got a question for the chef. All right, since the last time that you've been on here, we've seen that you have some graduating students. What is your hope for your graduating students as they complete your courses?
To be honest, like my hope for each of them is to create a positive impact in the industry. In my opinion, I feel like there's a lot of people out there that are kind of lost, and they get into cooking and they get a job at McDonald's and they feel like this is all I can do. My goal for each of my students is for them to continue to push themselves, to continue to grow, to continue to develop, and take other people under the wing and help them develop, so they can create this continuous cycle of growth and positive circles around them. So you're only as strong as the people you surround yourself with, and sometimes you got to build it. And I want them to be able to do that.
Where do you see yourself at 5 years from now?
5 years from now, my goal 5 years from now is to be international with my program. Using online resources and really just kind of just open up brick and mortars all around the world.
Now, one interesting thing is how you mentioned how it's more mentoring than it is about cooking. So what are the parallels there that make this such a good marriage of mentoring through culinary arts?
I would definitely say that the lessons that you learn in the kitchen, they're kind of the things that your mom and your dad were telling you when you were growing up. You got to communicate. You got to have integrity. Don't lie. If you mess it up, you got to be honest about it. You got to be able to work together as a team. If you grew up with brothers and sisters, like you a team. You know what I mean? Like it's all about being able to work together. So it's really just taking those basic skills and teaching you how to associate them with the skills you need in the workplace.
What age range do you take people in?
It's interesting, man. This last class, I had a kid that graduated from high school last year. He was 18. In the class, and I had a lady as old as 57. I mean, there's really no age. I'm looking. This isn't about race. This isn't about age. This is about passion. If you want to do this class, I need to know you're passionate about cooking. You can't come to me and be like, oh, you know what? I like cooking. That's not good enough. You got to tell me. I got to know that you love this and this is what you want to do, because that passion is I can help you make that sustainable.
What is the biggest thing that you think, as in, I love the fact that you teach life lessons, and every time I hear you talk about it, I get excited in myself, and it makes me go out there and do additional things. I'm in the cooking industry too, not on your level, but I hope to be in your class one day.
Yeah.
But what is the biggest thing that you think they take from it? Like when all is said and done, and the utensils are put away and the apron is put away, what is the biggest thing that you think that you give to a person as they go on that travel we call life?
Hope. I would say it's hope. I think in the community you have a lot of people out there that are surrounded by negativity and pessimism. And this class creates this circle of positive influence and gives you hope, and it gives you self-belief. And it allows you to realize the potential that you already have. I'm not giving anybody anything more than what they already have. I'm just teaching them how to elevate it.
Man, and so once again, today's business spotlight on IMHO, WVAR 101 Jams, your home for classics, today's hip hop and R&B, is with Chef Antwon Brinson of Culinary Concepts AB. So Antwon, for those that don't know, my brother, you've only been here for just a pair, not even a few years, like not a minute, just like a pair of years.
He came in like the chilly winds we
right?
were talking about yesterday.
I mean, like the wind just kind of blew you into Virginia real quick,
Yeah. No, I just hit 2 years, man.
Yeah,
Literally, I just hit 2 years.
Amazing. That's amazing. So if you wouldn't mind, then let the people know, sort of your strategic plan and some of the partners that you have, man. Because
this
you
be
have
good right here.
Yeah, because you have accomplished quite a bit in this short time, and I got to give you your props, because every time that I'm seeing one of your classes, I'm seeing one of your functions, or reading an article in the media about your accomplishments. I mean, it amazes me that you have built such a foundation. So for those that don't know, give us a little overview of the structure and sort of the partnerships and support that's gone into starting your business
Charles,
and your storefront.
Yeah. Before he do that, who else do you know can do pop-up restaurants every single week?
Right.
It's unheard of. Who do you know that can do pop-up restaurants just at a whim? All right, let's do a pop, and it'd be successful. It'd be beautiful. They have people supporting it, people sharing.
It's a talent.
I mean. Let me get out your way, Chef.
I appreciate y'all, man. No, I appreciate it, man. I mean, when I decided I wanted to launch my company, the one thing that I knew that I needed was the community to support me, because everything that I'm doing is about helping people and growing people. So strategically, what I did was I looked for organizations and individuals that were positive influences in the community, and I aligned myself with them. It's not about, for me, it wasn't about this person's doing that and they're doing something similar to me. If you were doing anything close to what I'm doing, then I want to know you. I want to know who you are. I want to align myself with you, because this entire operation is about growing people and connecting people. So as the leader of this organization, it's very important for me to be able to embrace the resources in the community, embrace organizations in the community, and find partnerships with them. So, I mean, talking about partnerships, my first partnerships with the city of Charlottesville, right out the gates, I partner with the Department of Economics, and to this day, there's still a strong resource for me in the community. I have over 32 employer partners that I work with. When it's time to place the students, I just send an email out, or I'll send a text message out to different chefs like, hey, where are you at? What do you have available? And again, they embrace this program, allowing students to come on board. And then I strategically partner with larger corporate organizations that would either sponsor students or sponsor gifts for the program, or would even put their employees through the program because they see the benefits of investing in people. And just by doing that, it just created this cycle,
Right. Yeah. And to play off of that and also follow up on that where you see yourself in 5-year question that Razor had, what's one of your more lofty goals or lofty dreams? For instance, do you see this as, I heard you say international, but do you see this as sort of like having satellite schools, or do you see this as being a curriculum? Do you see it turning into sort of like a teaching restaurant?
I think that it's a lot of different, I call them milestones that I would like to achieve with the program. One is doing a multi-level series of motivational talks and speaking with the program, where I can take the students and give them a platform to be able to share their journey from the class and what they've been able to accomplish. Because I think that at the end of the day, it's not about me, it's about their success, and it's about them being able to tell their story and inspire other people. I think that's one angle. The other one is being able to take this to different cities and go to communities where, again, people are looking to believe in something, they're looking for hope, and to be able to put a program like this in different areas to inspire people to be more and do more. And then the third piece of it is definitely an online platform, being able to take this to an international audience, to be able to inspire people around the world, again, to do more and be more, and to be able to do that through culinary arts. Everybody needs to cook, everybody likes to eat, and I think that this is it's a great vessel to be able to deliver that message in.
And Razor actually like to do both, because when we came in here the other day,
my stomach over here right now.
because when we came in the other day, like even though we next door to Burger King, the brother came in with like a breakfast platter.
That's right.
I said, "Where you get that from?" He said, "Man, I cook. Man, I ain't have time to eat."
Kid cup. I had stole my little 4-year-old little sippy cup. That's all I had.
Yo, I roll to work every day with a Avengers lunchbox, man. Like my wife made me lunch.
Hey, look, now I'm listening to you. I'm over here smiling. So that's why it's not that I don't have questions for you, but it's just, you light me up. Now, you remind me of an old song that Jay-Z said. I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man.
Yeah. That's right. Shout out to Jay. Like, motivation.
Yeah, no. Where does this come from? Nobody has this level of drive, and it doesn't come from somewhere.
I mean, I'm just passionate about what I do, man. I mean, like I always go back to my mom, and my mom, I grew up, my mom was a foster parent, and she lived her passion every single day. So when I discovered what my passion was, I already knew what it looked like to walk in it. So it was just a matter of embracing it and really just going for it, and really understanding, like, this is what I was made for. Let's go hard,
Like that.
That's
like
deep
that.
right there.
Yeah. So, man, before we let you go, and if there's anything else that you definitely want to cover and share as we spotlight your business, Culinary Concepts AB, definitely want to make sure that we don't forget that you are now accepting applications for the 4th cohort of go-kart.
Yes. Right? Oh, you got a waiting list, which is beautiful.
Man,
it's beautiful.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's a lot of people that that see people that they know going through the program, and they see this opportunity. You got two types of people. You got people that sit on the sidelines, and you got people that embrace it. Don't be the person sitting on the sidelines. If this is something that you believe in, if this is something that you want to do, you got to want it. You can't show up to the interview and be like, I think I might want to cook. You're not going to get in it. You know what I mean? I only accept 10 students. Last time we had over 28 applications.
Wow.
Only 10 students got into it. It's a difficult program. 5 weeks, 5 days per week, 4 hours per day. It's dedication. But if you can make it through this rigorous curriculum, then you might have a half a chance to be successful in the industry.
Gotcha. And I noticed that your flyer says free for eligible city and county residents, Charlottesville, Albemarle. So do you take outside of that area, but there's a fee? Is that, or
yes, yeah. So if you live in the city, if you live in the county, because of my partnership with the city and strategic partnership with the county, if you make below a certain amount, you can get into the program for free. If you live outside of those areas, just reach out. There are different organizations that I work with that will cover the cost, but that requires employment with that organization. It doesn't give you the flexibility that the city would. Right. So it's a discussion. So don't be discouraged if you don't live in the county and you don't live in the city. Still reach out. As I always say, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. And so application deadline March 15th.
March 15th.
Right. And then classes start with March 25th.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Man, this is awesome, my man.
Hey, Charles, one thing that I'm noticing, that in the cooking industry, anybody is connected to your program. That's what it's becoming. Yeah. I don't know if that's what you set out to do.
No, that was the goal. I mean, like, I felt like it's just such a disconnect in the food service industry here in Charlottesville. It's kind of, I felt like when I moved here, I felt like it was like the good old boys club. You know, it's just like it was like a certain select few people that knew each other, and that was it. And I was like, forget that, man. Yeah, I'm like, we need to. For me, it was like, well, my background is fine dining, so I'm on that level. But at the same time, you know, I feel like the people in the community needs a bridge. So when I strategically, again, when I designed this program, I wanted to build that bridge to give people access to resources and to job opportunities that they wouldn't necessarily have, you know, without a program like this.
Yeah. Now that I know you talked about the expansion, but that just makes me think of, are you finding that class size is most effective, or do you have any thoughts of maybe adding instructors?
It's funny, yeah. I definitely, one of the goals for this year, believe it or not, is actually to hire a part-time instructor, someone to help me facilitate. At some point, I'm going to have to pull myself out. I can't. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Somebody got to do the administrative, right?
Hey, but I go follow him.
You know, I mean, I think that's finding the right passion, man, and developing it. You know, you're not. Nobody is born like this. You know, you gotta. This comes over time. You know, this is the evolution. You know. So it's just finding the right person that has the vision and that has the tenacity to be able to do it and developing it, man.
Yeah, but I need you to remember one thing, my brother. You are like the Michael Jordan of culinary concepts. so here's what you got to remember. Because Jordan had a hard lesson to learn. Jordan tried to get into coaching and managing, and then he had to remember, like I'm at a level to where you know I got to work with everybody at their level.
Yeah,
you know.
I get it. I mean, I go through this in the class, man. I mean, you can ask any of the students. I think it'd be cool to get a student on here and talk to them. Man, do that. I mean, like I'm intense, you know, in the class. How I am in life, and I mean, I'm very consistent, you know, across the board. And I set the bar high for myself and for anybody that does this program. And I think that it's just important to have standards, you know. And I think that anybody that I hire on board they have to have high standards for themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Now, one thing I think is cool is that it used to be looked upon as cooking was the woman's job,
right?
You know,
right.
And unless we got to fine dining, and then the shoe chefs, I believe you say it. That's
yeah, sous chef. Yep.
We're the men, but the way that you bring it, you're like a regular guy. Somebody that I see walking down downtown mall all the time who always speaks to everybody. So at that point, you can be a regular person, not disconnected from anybody, and incorporate everybody into this process of what you're doing. I mean, you're doing great work.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, the only limit that there is in the industry is a limit you set for yourself. That's right. I've traveled around the world. I've worked at some of the best properties. I've worked with some of the best chefs in the world. And, across the board, at the end of the day, we're all just people.
Yeah.
We're just human beings, like we all, it's just some people focus more on their skills than others, you know what I mean? But it's the only boundaries that are in front of you are the boundaries that you set for yourself. That's right. Once you're able to see that, you know what I mean, you can actually take that step. The rest of it is just walking, man.
Yeah, and that's definitely that mentoring piece, because in many ways we have to redefine what a man is.
What T.I. said?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what we talk about a lot. And like one of my favorite T.I. quotes is he said, we don't need role models, we need real models. Yeah. Because a role model plays a role. A real model lets you actually learn from their good and bad.
Real talk. Real talk, man.
That's what we talk about a lot here, because if you have a talent and a passion for cooking, there should be no reason why somebody should clown you for that.
No,
or try to say, well, no, your mom cook, or let your girl cook.
Yeah.
If you got a talent and a passion, man, that's what it's about, working on our strengths.
I mean, you got to embrace being different, man.
Yeah.
You got to embrace that. Young black men.
Yeah, you said again?
I think you're going to open up a lot of doors for a lot of young black men.
That's what it's about, man. I mean, it's about inspiring people to be more, man. I'm sick of people, I'm sick of hearing excuses. I can't do this because of this. I can't do it because of that. You know what? You can, and if you see that as a roadblock, it will be a roadblock. But if you see that as, just a thing that I can get around, then guess what? You'll get around it,
Yeah. I love to cook.
Yeah.
And the best thing I like about it is that my boys cook with me, and they love to see me cook.
Yeah.
And one of too.
Yeah, and when you talk about like gender roles, like that's out the window. Like I remember one time, very vivid, wifey and I, like she was caulking the tub and I was in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we both were happy.
Yeah.
I had music playing. I was frying my fish.
In the summertime in my house, real talk. In the summertime in my house, my wife, she likes to mow the lawn. I'm in the kitchen cooking dinner. You know what I mean? Her dad called one time and was like, she was like, "Oh, I'm out mowing the grass," and it was just they kind of laughed because they're like, that's how our household is. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're absolutely right, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, man. If you like doing something, embrace it.
Yeah.
You know, an important piece of what Chef's doing, he's giving you that paperwork to put on the wall.
Oh yeah, that's
Walk
that piece. I
past
forgot about that
you
piece.
see that accomplishment that you did. You know, not only are you going through the graduation process where everybody clapping for you, that's good. But when you got that, when you're in your little prayer closet, when you're trying to figure out what you're gonna do, your next steps, and you need something to motivate you, you look up there and see that paperwork that he gave you. You know, that does a lot for the mindset of
Absolutely.
somebody.
I mean, and just to kind of hit on that a little bit, you know, when successfully completing this program, you get 2 certificates of recognition, one by Culinary Concepts, one by the city of Charlottesville. You get your Surf Safe, which you need right now in the industry, which by the health department. And then you get a certified cook certificate, which comes from the Department of Hotel and Lodging, which is a national certificate where you can take that anywhere in the nation, and it counts as credibility in the industry.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah. So for those who want to apply or join in any capacity, man, how do they find out more? How do they reach you?
I would encourage you to check out the social media because that gives you a visual with the students that's going through the program. It gives you a visual with the food that you're going to be producing in the program, and the application link is on the all social media accounts. That's Culinary Concepts AB on Instagram, same on Facebook. If you want to reach out to, if you want to learn more in detail about the program, I encourage you to check out the website. That's www.antwonbrinson.net, and that's ANTWONBRINSON. And then finally, if you want to reach out to me directly, hit me on my email, man. That's Antwon@culinaryconceptsab.com.
This is great stuff. And for any small business that wants to grow yourself in the city of Charlottesville, reach out to us at In My Humble Opinion. One-on-one jams, do whatever you got to do. Stop us on the street. You know, this is a good work that all of us are part of. You need to be part of this too.
Absolutely.
Yep. And thank you for listening, family. As always, IMHO 101 Jams on your home for classics in today's hip hop and R&B, and that was none other than our business spotlight with Chef Antwon Brinson of Culinary Concepts AB. Thank you, Chef Brinson.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you.